Hello there, everyone. This is Neil from ratinghorses.com. Today, I shall be going through the daily spreadsheet, going through the individual columns, explaining exactly what they mean and what they consist of. Before I get into that, I do want to say this is quite a long recorded video, so it may well be worth clicking pause, getting yourself a nice hot cup of tea or a nice can of beer, because I want to go through in as much detail as I possibly can about the different columns and criteria. Okay, well, first of all, to view the daily spreadsheets, you will need access to Microsoft Excel or the equivalent to. Now, Microsoft Excel is free to download. Just Google and download the software so you can view the data spreadsheets. If I can take you to the bottom of the screenshot, you will see three tabs. These are meetings, races, and system builder. Now, if you only got access to system builder via the gold or platinum membership, if you're a bronze or silver member level, then you won't have access to the system builder. This is just for gold and platinum level membership. Now, meetings and races are similar, in fact, in the fact that all the data remains the same. The only difference will be that in the meetings tab, the races are put in alphabetical meeting order. So for this example, on Thursday, the 26th of November, Chelmsford is the first alphabetical meeting in order. Then we move down to Lingfield, Southall, Taunton, and last of all is Thurles in Ireland. If you prefer to have race time order, simply click the race tab and that will give you all horses in race time order. As you can see there, 12:33 Lingfield, 12:41 Taunton, 12:50 Southall. So I'll just click onto meetings tab. Okay, now when you're a new member and you receive and download your ratings for the first time, or indeed the first few times, you may well stare blankly at the information available. But believe you me, after a few days finding yourself around the spreadsheet, the data is quite accessible and easy to understand. I will add, if you scroll across this bottom bar, you will get more information if you scroll to the right. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So let's get into the details. Now, of course, the black bar obviously tells you the time and course. Chelmsford, 4 o'clock Chelmsford, AW stands for all weather. RTV is Irish Racing Channel, which is where you can view it. The name of the race, Novice Stakes, Class 5 for 2-year-olds over 6 furlongs. Winnings are just over £4,000. Number of runners 9. Distance against 6 furlongs going standard. And again, a reminder there, channel. To watch the races, RTV. We have two sets of ratings. The first set are classed as R1 and R2. And each individual rating consists of a number of criteria, and we're talking over 30, 40 different criteria. So Whatever criteria are in R1 will not be used in R2. So they're completely different ratings, okay? Now, the criteria involved can be a number of things, such as trainer form, how the trainers performed historically over today's course, in today's type of race, um, how the horse has performed in similar races at the course or in the same grade, the ground conditions, the draw bias. There is literally a million and one different criteria that makes up the individual R1 and the R2 ratings. The total score is simple. It's basically the R1 and R2 added together. And what you basically are looking for is a horse that has got a high score in R1 and R2. For example, this horse here, Shining Success, has got just a very low score of 1 in the R1 column, but is the second highest rated in the race for the R2. So that would need more investigation. So ideally, we're looking for horses that have got good high scores. What you will realise is obviously this first race here is a novice race. The less data that is available, the less score there will be for the ratings. Okay, the more times horses have run, for example, group horses or handicap races, the more data that's available, the more reliable the actual rating will be. Okay. So we're taking this first race, 4 o'clock Chelmsford. The highest rated horse overall is Rainbow's Pony that ran 117 days ago. His saddle cloth number is number 6. His draw, that means he will be coming out of stall 9. Now, separate colours you will see here, there will be yellow, green, and on occasions red. If one of these boxes is highlighted green, that means historically the draw bias has been very positive. If they're highlighted in yellow, it means historically those stalls in this sort of race over this sort of trip have performed well, okay, above average. If they're coloured red, that means it's a strong negative stall bias. Okay, so please take note of those. The rank obviously is self-explanatory. Rainbow's Pony has got a rating of 11. It's the highest rated horse in the race, so it's ranked 1. Footsteps on the Moon, his total rating is 9. So of course that is ranked 2nd, and these horses are ranked ranked in rated order all the way down to 0. So we've got the rank, we've got the two ratings, the total rating, saddle cloth number, draw number. Of course, if it's a national hunt race, these won't never be highlighted. This is just for flat and flat all-weather purposes. The form column, self-explanatory. Rainbow's Pony last time finished 2nd. The time before that ran 6th, and the first time out finished 5th. We've got the name of the horse. The figures after the horse are the number of days since that horse ran. So you can see that Rainbow's Pony last ran 117 days ago. Footsteps on the Moon ran 8 days ago. The next column is age, that's the age of the horse. The next column is weight, that is how much weight the horse is carrying. As you can see, these are all 9 stone, the race below 9 stone 3, 9 stone 5. Then we have the trainer, Richard Hannon. The figure after the trainer is a run to form figure. Now, people do get confused with the actual historical, sorry, not the last 14-day stats for the trainer. As you can see, Richard Hannon in the last 14 days has a 13% win strike rate. Okay, he's had 4 winners from 32 runs. However, the run to form figure is 53. Now, this is a percentage out of 100. Okay, now this is a run to form figure is a figure calculated by the Racing Post, and what it means is they have calculated how Richard Hannon's runners have performed in the last 14 days. Have they run to form, or have they excelled? Have they run better than the form would suggest? And the Racing Post are saying that Richard Hannon's runners in the last 14 days, 53% of the time have run to form or run better than expected. The higher the figure, obviously, the better the better value there could be, and the trainer is obviously is better informed. For instance, Michael Stout has got a figure there of 67. So Racing Post are saying that in the last 14 days, Michael Stout's runners have run to form more than what Richard Hannon's runners have. You will need to investigate this data a little bit more on occasions, because as you can see there, Sir Mark Todd has a figure of 100, which means 100% of his runners have run to form. So you would suggest that Sir Mark Todd is in great form, but it may be the scenario that Mark Todd has only had 1 or maybe 2 runners in the last 14 days. And this is why we'll scroll across to the 14-day stats, and you'll see that is the case. Mark Todd has had just the 1 runner and didn't win, so a 0% strike rate. Now, although he didn't win, I'm not sure what that horse was. Again, you'd need to investigate that. It doesn't mean to say it didn't run to form. It may well be a low-grade horse that Sir Mark Todd had out running that wasn't expected to perform well, but performed better or as good as it was expected to run. So I hope that's clarified that. It's not the strike rate, it's a percentage of runners given by the Racing Post on how the trainers' horses have performed in the last 14 days. Next column is the jockey. We can see that Ryan Moore is on the top-rated horse, Rainbow's Pony. The little figure that you will find sometimes after a jockey is if it's an apprentice, such as Laura Pearson here, and that means that 7 will mean that it's taking £7 off their original weight. So although she should be carrying 9 stone, the weight will actually be 8 stone 5. 8 stone 7. Get my calculations right. Okay, and the reason for this is because Laura Pearson will be an apprentice, and she will lose her claim. The more winners she has, she will lose her claim. Her claim will go down from 7 to 5 to £3 until she's ridden out a claim, and then she won't no longer be able to claim any weight off her baggage. It's basically due to her inexperience, so they're allowed to take pounds off a horse's back. The next columns are CD and CD. That is course, distance, and course and distance winner. Now I will scroll down for an example. As we can see here, in the 5 o'clock Chelmsford, we can see that the joint top-rated horse, Galleon, is a distance winner. That means this horse has run over today's distance before. That's 7 furlongs. The horse below, Firmament, has won over today's course and also today's distance. But notice that winning over today's course and winning over today's distance doesn't necessarily mean that it's a course and distance winner. Now, of course, it's won over the course and it's won over today's distance, but has it done the actual course and distance at today's track? What this means is Firmament has won at today's course in the past and it's won at today's distance. But when it won at today's distance, was it at today's course? And you'll see that it wasn't. Okay, so please don't get confused that if a horse has won over course and distance, it is a course and distance winner. Yes, Firmament has won at Cheltenham before, and it has won over today's distance of 7 furlongs. But when it won at today's course, it wouldn't have been over 7 furlongs, otherwise this column would have been ticked. Okay, so please bear that in mind. The next three figures are official data that's available via the racing posts, the official rating, top speed rating, and the racing post rating. Now, the racing post rating is always different to the official rating, so we've got all three ratings there. Just bear with me while I take a quick drink. The next column is OF strategy. The first column gives you the rating and the second column gives you the rank. So as we can see, the highest score here is 14.50 for Rainbow's Pony, which makes that the top ranked OF strategy horse. So we can see the second ranked horse is Primo Bacchio, I hope I pronounced that right, with a score of 13. Now, the OF strategy is an algorithm, and the algorithm works using the official figures and a little bit more data, which I won't bore you with. All the data is put into software and it spits out a rating, and there we have it. Now, a lot of people have a lot of success following the top one or top three OF strategy horses. This is an algorithm. Only ratinghorses.com has access to this algorithm. It's an algorithm we have built ourselves. You will not find this rating anywhere else in the industry. Okay, it's only available at ratinghorses.com. Recent form for the horse and trainer. Now, this is very simple column. The recent form trainer is the same run to form figure that you'll see after a trainer's name. So that 53 is there, 40, 53, Ed Walker 53. And the recent form is just a quick glance sort of stat, and that is the horse has got a score of 13. The lower the score for the horse, the better. The higher the score for the trainer, the better. Okay. So again, that's just a quick glance of data. The next column is speed. Now I'm going to scroll down because we're talking novice races and that there. So we'll go and have a look at the 5 o'clock. This is our speed figures, and these are in ranks. So the horse with the best speed figure, according to ratinghorses.com, is Mohareb. It's ranked 1, and then we've got Hoorays ranked 2nd, and Pistoletto is 3rd ranked. So they're all basically ranked in speed classification data samples. Okay. The power rating is a fairly new addition to ratinghorses.com. Now, the power rating is completely different to our R1 and R2 ratings. The power rating takes into account all the information for that particular horse and that type of race. Okay, and what it does it puts the different criteria in order of importance and gives it a score, and then that produces the power rating. So the easiest way for me to try and explain this is if we look at Rainbow's Pony, we can see that it's ranked first on our normal ratings. It's ranked first in the R1 and it's second rated in the R2. We can see that the run to form figure is quite high for Richard Hannon. We can also see that it comes out very well on our OF strategy algorithm. We can see that it's the best horse in form at quick glance, and it's probably average or one of the highest trainer RTF figures. The speed rank, there's not a lot to choose between these, obviously, because there's not much data available. But what I'm saying is all the individual criteria within the ratings produced by ratinghorses.com put in order of importance, and then that calculates a further rating. It's like a strong rating, and that's what we have there. That is the score, 64, ranked 1, and we can see the second power rated horse is Primo Bacio, or Baggio, with a rating of 43. That's second power rated horse. Okay, so we've got two sets of ratings. The first set, the R1 and R2, and then we've got the power rating that takes into account all the data on our spreadsheets. The next column is our odds. Now, the only way to win over the long term is to find value and an edge on the bookmaker. The our odds column produces odds we feel reflect value for each horse in each race. Okay, and the easy way to explain this is top rated horse Rainbow's Pony. We advise that the real value for that, the real price that the horse should be, is 3.81. Now, of course, these are decimal points. If you're looking at SP fraction sort of prices, this horse is just under 3 to 1. The one below, Footsteps on the Moon, we expect this horse to be classed as value at 6.10, which would be just over 5 to 1. Now, this is a great little column to check out on, because I say the only way to win long term is to find value. Of course, you need to find winners and regular, consistent winners. But if you're finding lots and lots of winners, but you're not getting the true value, you're not getting that edge on the bookmaker long term. So in the long term, you will lose. So what I always say to members is, obviously you're using all the data to build up a picture of what horses are likely to have a good chance. You put all the criteria together and build a picture. But the final say must always be the our odds column, because Rainbow's Pony in this first race of the day at Chelmsford looks to be a good thing. It's not a race I would personally get involved with. It's a novice stakes race and there's not much data available. But the horse is top rated. It's top R1 rated. It's second top R2 rated. It's top rated on our OF algorithm. The speed figures are all pretty similar. As I say, there's not much data available. It's ranked first with a power rating of 64, which is 24 clear of the second power rated horse. It looks like it should be there or thereabouts. It looks like it should have a good chance. But can we get around 3 to 1 on this horse? Well, let's have a look, see if we can. So we'll go over to Odds Checker, and I'm going to click on the 4 o'clock at Chelmsford, and we can see that Rainbow's Pony does offer value. It's currently available at 9-2. So that would tell me that there could well be a little bit of value in backing that horse. The favourite is Primo Bacchio, which is available around 11-10. And if you can see that Primo Bacchio is third rated horse, it comes out decent on almost anything. Everything. Second in the algorithm, second speed, second power rated horse, second R1 rating. Trainer has a good, decent run to form figure. But most importantly, Primo Bacchio, our odds suggest that this horse should be around 9-2. And of course, that is simply, we simply can't get that. It's around 11-10, which offers no value whatsoever. So what we're saying is, have a look at all the data, build up a sort of picture, obviously investigate further and maybe do a bit of form reading as well. But always come back to the hour odds column, because that will give you a good indicator if the horse is offering value or not. Okay. Scrolling along the spreadsheet, we come to the official ratings that are freely available on most race cards and in the Racing Post. It gives you the horse, the weight that it's carrying. Of course, there's not much data here because some of the horses haven't run very often. Let's scroll down again to the 5 o'clock at Chelmsford. It's pretty much self-explanatory. We can see today that in this horse, the 5 o'clock at Chelmsford, the joint top-rated horse, Galleon, today is going off a mark of 91. Last time out, which is what LTO stands for, last time out the horse went off a rating of 90. Now we can see, looking at the form, that it finished second last time out. Now that must be considered a decent effort by the handicapper, because although it didn't win the race, the handicapper has put the horse up £1. The previous 2 runs to that, finished second off a rating of 87. Again, the handicapper must have thought that was a decent effort, because he's put that horse up £1 for the next run, off a rating of 88. We can see that the horse finished third, and again the handicapper must have thought that was a decent effort, because the handicapper then put the horse up a further £2. So you could say this horse is a little bit over handicapped, maybe, because although it's not won any of its last 3 runs, yes, it's been there or thereabouts, second, third, and second. The handicappers unfortunately put this poor horse up a further £4, because it's off 91 today. Okay, so that's how to read the official ratings. If we look at the bottom, rated horse Pistolato is off a mark of 90 today. You can see that 6 runs ago it was off 103, then it's been dropped to 102, 99, 98, 95, and 90 last time out. Again, you could say, well, it still needs to be dropped a little bit more, because its form figures have not been great. 8th, 9th, 0, 9th, 9th, 4th. So the handicapper is giving as much of a chance it can to the horse. It's dropped the horse £13 since 6 runs ago. Seems to be getting a little bit close to the front finish, 4th last time out, but today it's off 90. The life win and year win are the highs and the lows of what the horse has run off, what sort of handicap mark the horse has run off in the past. Excuse me, let's just take another sip of cold tea, as it nearly is now. There we go. Finally, we've got the 14-day stats, all pretty much self-explanatory. We have the trainer strike rate, the trainer win percentage, and the trainer profit loss figures, all to £1 stakes at SP. So we can see that in the 5 o'clock at Chelmsford, number 2, Hoorays, owned by Mark Johnston. Mark Johnston has had 36 runners in the last 14 days. He's had 3 winners, which gives him an 8% strike rate, but he must have had a big price winner amongst those 3 because his £1 profit loss stake for the last 14 days is plus £27. Okay, so that's around a 90% return on investment. If you put £1 on each one of Mark Johnston's 36 runners, you would have returned £27. Okay, same sort of stats for the jockey strike rate, jockey win percentage, and the jockey profit loss figures to a £1 stake. And there we have it. That's the data on our spreadsheet as we currently speak. If I quickly, obviously the first card here is Chelmsford. If we go to race time order, we can see on the Thursday, the 26th of November, the very first race of the day was the 11:50 at Southwell. We're going into the winter months and racing starts earlier and earlier. A quick glance at this race card, and we can see that the top rated horse is Grimsthorpe Castle. Has been in good form recently, finishing 3rd, 1st, 2nd and 1st last time out. Comes out well on our ratings. Top rated score of 20. Has a positive draw bias coming out of stall 12. As you can see, the high number stalls seem to have a positive here, 12, 10, 11 and 13. Is a course and distance winner. So has won at Southwell and has won over today's distance. It's been there, it's done it today. The official strategy algorithm has Grimsthorpe Castle 3rd ranked, so it's in the top 3. Good recent form. The trainer's horses have run to form nearly 50% of the time in the last 14 days. Second speed figure horse, power rating is top. If we look at the official ratings, we can see that today it is off 58. It has been climbing up the handicap. 6 runs ago, it was on 48. So it is now carrying £10 more than it was 6 runs ago. Did drop to 46 for a few runs. And then I presume when it won 3 runs ago, then it was up to 51. 51 last time out. And then it won again, and the handicapper has put a stonking £7 on its back since its last run, so it's off 58 today. If we look at the trainer and jockey stats, we can see the trainer has had 5%, 2 wins from 37 runners in the last 14 days. If you'd have been following all the trainers' runners in these last 14 days, you would have shown a £30 loss to a £1 stake. The jockey has won 10% of his rise in the last 14 days, but you would have shown a profit of £8.50 to £1 stakes to SP following Andrew Mullen's runners. Everything looks decent for Grimsthorpe Castle today. Excuse me, I need to hurry up because my battery is going to go on the computer. So everything looks decent for Grimsthorpe Castle. However, the concern would be that it's gone up £8, was it, since its last run? And the hour odds has it at just under 4 to 1. Let's have a look, see how the horse got on. 11:50 Southwell. Grimsthorpe Castle won at a price of 7 to 2, so that's 4.50 in decimal odds. So just lacking a tiny bit of value, but nothing really to worry about. And that is a quick glance way to use the ratings. Of course, you can delve deeper and you will find some real good each way value at horses that maybe they had some good figures. They ranked maybe below halfway on the normal ratings, but the official algorithm stats have it, ranked high, power rating high. There's lots of ways to use the data. I will be recording and uploading further videos to help you along the way, how to help read the data and the race cars and help you to try and find winners. But I hope you found the information interesting, and I've helped you to guide your way through what can first be data overload. What on earth does all this mean? But as I say, after a few days, you will easily find your way around the data, and it is all pretty much self-explanatory. And we just try and put it in easy to understand order, and of course ranked and rated order. Okay, please keep an eye out for further recordings and videos coming soon. Thank you.